So I decided to come to UC because I was interested in studying engineering. I lived in Wellington, so my options were Auckland or Christchurch. And I came down here halfway through year 13, just loved the campus, I loved the vibe, the student experience just seemed awesome. So I was really keen to come down here.
I decided to come to UC for a change of scenery and the civil engineering program here at UC. I know that it's not available to the same extent as it is here at UC, so it was a big driving factor for me. Also, I wanted to move out of home and gain some independence. So coming to Christchurch was the #1 option for me.
Decided to come to UC because I wanted to get out of home and meet some new people and experience some new things.
I decided to come to UC because it's the only place in New Zealand that actually offer my course. I had heard from some friends that the party life here at Canterbury was really good, but there was also a really good academic balance as well.
So I joined the Student Volunteer Army in my first year, which is the biggest club on campus. It's a volunteering club. We run a lot of events throughout the year. So in my first week, in O Week, I went to the Big Give, which is our biggest volunteering event where we go out to a community and we just help out. It's aimed mostly at first years and it's really good because we help out the community and you also just make a lot of friends and it's a really good time.
The club life here at UC is so good, and actually in my first year I joined way too many. In particular, my favourite clubs are Cuba, OPSOC Society, and of course Te Ohu Kakariki, which is the environmental club here, which I'm on the exec of.
During O Week, one of my favourite events was definitely the toga party. It's a rite of passage for first year students in my opinion.
During O Week, I think I went to all the events that UC put on, but my favourite was definitely the hypnotist. It was quite fun, sort of going up on stage and being hypnotised and making chicken noises and pretending to be an alien in front of sort of all the people that I just met, and it's something quite fun that we laugh about.
I actually couldn't go to any events in O Week because I was still 17 when we came down and most of the events are 18. We went to one, but over at our hall at Aotearoa they put on a few fun events and game nights for those of us who weren't able to go to O Week. And then in the second half of the year, when I was old enough, I went to the Rio Week events.
I went to University Hall here in Christchurch. It's a big hall, there's about 650 people, which I loved. There were so many opportunities for me to make really good friends, and because it's so big, there's so much diversity in the hall.
So in my first year, I stayed at Rochester and Rutherford Hall, R&R. They were really, really good for our first year. They made us definitely feel welcome. In our first week, we went down there. They did a field trip around Christchurch, showed us all the sites. Most of us were from other cities, so that was really nice.
I'm studying a Bachelor of Engineering in Civil Engineering.
I'm studying a double degree, a BSc in Chemistry and a BA in Te Reo Māori and Māori and Indigenous Studies. So when I came down to UC, I was planning on studying engineering. After a semester of that, I just decided science was a better fit for me.
When I finish university, I'm hoping to be a software developer, but something that doing linguistics and computer science has taught me is that there's so much room for innovation within those two areas, so I'm really looking to do something cutting edge.
Because I'm in my second year at UC, I'm in the professional program of speech and language therapy, and there's been so many amazing opportunities for me to actually get some really hands-on clinical experience.
My favourite thing about UC is definitely the community here. I've definitely made a lot of friends and it's been very welcoming and inviting for the entirety of my time here. There hasn't been a moment where I've sort of felt excluded or worried about anything. I've been able to just jump into life here at UC with ease.
My favourite thing about studying at UC is definitely the student and the campus culture. So we've got one big beautiful campus just in a little area of Christchurch. All the halls and stuff are just around, so anywhere you can find just students studying outside in the sun, sitting at a cafe, and it's just a nice place to hang out.